Hey friends, welcome back to Business Coach's Corner. I'm really glad you're here today because this episode is the one that I wish someone had sat me down and explained early on. Not when I was already overwhelmed, not when I was already booked and exhausted, but before I built something that looked successful and didn't feel like it. Today, we're talking about what happens after you start getting traction. Because here's the truth. Getting clients is one level. Keeping your sanity while you grow, that's a whole nother thing. So we're going to talk about why being busy is one of the biggest traps in coaching. How to scale without working more hours. How pricing, lead generation, and conversion all tie into your freedom, and how to actually build a coaching business that gives you your life back, not takes it over. Because if your version of success is back-to-back calls, constant messages, no time to think, babe, and money that still doesn't feel like enough, that is not scaling. That is spinning faster. That's all that is. This episode is for coaches who are starting to get clients and feel stretched. Coaches who are busy but not making the money that they want. Coaches who want to grow but are afraid growth means burnout. And people thinking about becoming coaches who want to do this right from the jump, babe. Let's do it right the first time round. If you've ever thought, don't want to build something that traps me, I want success, but I don't want chaos, there has to be a smarter way to do this. There is. The big idea, busy is not a business model. Let's start here. Busy is not success. Busy is often a sign that your business model is broken. And I say that with love, babe, I really do, because I've been there. There's a stage in coaching where you finally get clients, you feel the momentum, you feel validated, and then suddenly you're tired, for one. I was tired. You're on calls all day. You're responding to messages at night, yet no. You're thinking about clients constantly, and you tell yourself lies. Let me go with that. This is just what it takes. That's a lie. But here's the problem. If your business only works when you are working constantly, you don't have a business, you have a job. You created yourself a job worse than the job that you used to have. I remember hitting a point where my calendar looked full and I thought, this is it. I did it. But then I looked at my actual life. It's a drag. I didn't have flexibility, white space, time to think. And if y'all know me, I'm a venture. I got to travel. I need to do things. So I didn't have time for that. I didn't have time to be. I didn't have time for anything important. I had built a business that depended entirely on me being available. That's not freedom. That's dependency. And once you see that for yourself, you cannot unsee it. This is where everything starts. If you take nothing else from today, take this. Your pricing determines how many clients you need. And how many clients you need determines your lifestyle. Let's break it down simply. If you're charging low fees, you need more clients. More clients equals more calls. More calls equals more calls. More calls equals less time. Less time equals less energy. Less energy equals weaker results. It becomes a cycle. But when you raise your pricing intentionally, keyword intentionally, you need fewer clients. You can go deeper with each one. You deliver better results. You have more space. This is why I talk so much about finding your coaching fees before you ever sign a client. Because if you don't decide this upfront, your calendar will decide it for you. Don't let that happen. Your calendar does not care about your freedom. So let's talk about scaling, because this is where a lot of the coaches get confused. They think scaling means more clients, more offers, more content, more everything. But real scaling is about better structure, better leverage, better use of your time. Scaling asks a different question. How do I create more impact and income without increasing effort at the same rate? This might look like group coaching. Yay, group coaching, all about it. Structured programs, repeatable frameworks, repeatable systems that support delivery instead of one-off, custom everything, constant reinvention, endless availability. You don't scale chaos. You scale clarity. So let's bring lead generation into this, because here's where people get stuck. They either overwork their business because they're afraid that leads will stop, or they avoid marketing altogether because it's overwhelming. Both lead to inconsistency. Here's the truth. Lead generation should feel like a rhythm, not a scramble. The rhythm usually includes conversations, real ones, not scripts. Partnerships. This is huge and underused. Content that positions you clearly. Follow up that is intentional, not pushy. When you have a rhythm, you don't panic. And when you don't panic, you don't discount your services, over-explain your value, or choose the wrong clients. Yes, this is one of my favorites, because you can't choose the wrong clients and work with people that it doesn't work. So here is something really important. Also, conversion gets easier when you don't feel like you need every client. When you choose to be picky about your clients, your pricing gets to be solid. Your pipeline is consistent. Your business isn't fragile. You love your business instead of hate it because you're working with people you don't like. That's huge. When you're not attached to the outcome, you show up calmer, you ask better questions, you lead the conversation, you make better decisions about who to work with. You can tell I like that one a lot. That's when clients feel safe saying yes. They know, like, trust you. Let's talk about the results now that you're getting for them, because this is the part that ties everything together. You don't get to scale if your clients aren't getting results. Let's repeat that. You don't get to scale if your clients aren't getting results. You don't get referrals. You don't build a reputation. You don't build momentum. You don't have social proof. But here's the key. Results don't come from doing more. They come from doing what matters consistently. That means clear expectation, clear process, clear accountability. When your coaching is structured, systemized, clients know what to do. You know what to do. Your clients know what to do. They take action. They see progress. They trust you. And when that happens, your business grows without you pushing it. If you're listening and you're not a coach yet, but you're thinking about it, this is your moment to do this differently, your opportunity. Don't build a business based on undervaluing, overworking. Start with your desired lifestyle, your income goals, your boundaries, your pricing, then build your offers around all of that, not the other way around. Because once you start wrong, it's harder to fix later. Not impossible. All those you out there that need to fix it, you can, but it's harder. Here's the progression I want for you. Stage 1, you're busy. You're figuring things out, you're learning, you're gaining experience. That's all totally normal. Stage 2, you're booked. You have clients, you have momentum, you have validation. Also, you're doing great. Stage 3, free. You have systems. You have pricing that supports your life. You have time, babe. You have space. You have choice. That's the goal, not just success. You have freedom. I want to leave you with this. You didn't choose coaching to be busy, 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 busy. You chose it because you wanted a different life, a different schedule, a different level of control. And that is possible, but only if you build your business intentionally. Only if you decide your pricing upfront, create structure in your offers, build consistent lead flow, convert with confidence, and deliver real results. This is not just about building a coaching business. It's about building a life that actually feels good to live. And that's what we're doing here. This is Business Coaches Corner. I'm Becs Gold. If this episode gave you something to think about, please sit with it. I'll look at your calendar, look at your pricing, look at your structure, and ask yourself, is this business supporting my life or running it? I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening.